Hello guys. Before you click away, just hear me out. You've probably been trying to figure out what this vibe coding thing is and how it works. And you're watching all these videos and you just can't figure it out, right? They're talking about all this very confusing stuff like cloud code, terminal, like it feels like too complicated. Like how the hell can you just make a website and launch it and actually get it hosted and everything? And this is for total beginners, and even some of you more advanced might learn something here. But for the total beginners, I'm just going to tell you servers and all that, hosting. I know it's all confusing, very confusing. That's how it was for me a few months ago. But imagine this is you watching YouTube, but you just watch and watch and watch, like Riley Brown and all these guys, these famous vibe coders. You watch it and watch it for hours and hours on end until you have this little figure on your face, right? Because you watch so many hours and you are nowhere. You understand a lot of things, but you just can't figure it out, so you're just more confused than ever, actually. And yeah, before I make this way too long, I'm just gonna jump right into it. So you have to be brave, as this little browser of mine is called as well, Brave browser. You just simply right here install on Windows or Mac or whatever it is. Now, yeah, so you have to write cloud install terminal command. Remember this, cloud install terminal command. Simple Google search. You could even ask your ChatGPT or whatever you're using. And here it's going to tell you something that sounds very, very complicated. But for Mac and Linux users, obviously this is the thing you need to copy. For Windows, probably most of you simply do this one in either PowerShell or CMD. Maybe you don't know what that is, but then you just simply go here, you click the Windows button on your keyboard, and you type PowerShell. And to paste something, now it looks scary, right? It looks scary because it's something that hackers do, right? This is what hackers do. No. This is what actual vibe coding is and feels like. First time I ever did this, I was, I'm not gonna say scared in the sense like scared, but it felt overwhelming, you know, information wise. So to paste something here, you can't do Control V on your keyboard like you normally do, or right click paste. You simply have to click on your right button on your mouse and it pastes like that. This is how you do it. I already have it installed, so it's just gonna show me something. Yeah. So this, you don't have to worry. Nobody understands this, you know. But the main thing is, when you've finished doing that, it's gonna open up, obviously, Claude here, your Claude.ai. I'm not happy with Claude at the moment, but it's the best way to start your vibe coding path. And then it's going to ask you to authorize something. It's going to open up itself, and you just click authorize. Simple as that. And then you go back here into this hacker confusing thing, and it's going to still feel overwhelming, but you just write Claude and you press enter. Simple as that. And then you can tell him you make the most basic HTML website, or if you don't even know what HTML is, just make the most basic website of one of Windows shop. I'm gonna ask it to do very minimal. Let's just try this. F it. We'll try this one. So it's gonna load. It's gonna do a lot of code and do a lot of things that nobody understands, right? It's just gonna do things on your computer for you, you know. This is the absolute basics. And when you're here, you're gonna be wondering, like, who am I gonna call? Am I gonna answer your comments? Blah blah blah. Yes, I'll answer your comments, but you're gonna have a lot of questions. But at this point, yeah. So it was asking me something here at Windows Show. So the thing is, it doesn't matter. It's gonna create the website for you, and then it's gonna ask you to. Then it's gonna give you a link, and you click it. You usually have to hold Control on your keyboard and then click with your left mouse button. But anyways, like, if you have any questions, you just ask it. How do I set up a website so I can see it? Then it's gonna tell you. Yeah, I'm not gonna complicate things. It's here. You have it. So this is what it's gonna tell you to do. Open localhost, and it's gonna tell you what you need. Requires Node.js installed, and then you just keep on asking him, how do I install that thing, and can you do it for me? It actually can do most things for you. So install everything required for building a website from just talking with you here, please. And usually he takes a long time just doing some weird stuff that nobody understands, like I told you. I already have that installed, so when it's finished, then it's finished. When you have questions, like if you want to get it online and show it to the world, your website, if you have any things you want to change inside the website, etc., that's one other step which I'm not gonna have in this video, but this is the absolute beginner starting phase. Okay, you don't have to think or do anything else than this. Actually, you just play around with this chat. It's a chat just like ChatGPT is, or Gemini, or whatever. And maybe you've been making websites in there inside the browser, but the problem is when you're doing this in the browser, it's not gonna make a functional website where you can just show your family the link or whatever. You know, there's some learning curve that you have to do, and you can learn it all by just talking with him here, and he's gonna guide you through it all. Trust me, just trust me on this. Any question you have, what is this, what is that, just ask him here, just like you would ask ChatGPT. But don't ask ChatGPT because he's not inside this terminal here, because now you have Claude inside your computer basically, and he knows all the files and everything. So that's about it, guys. Just don't fall into the trap of watching these YouTubers that are confusing you for a reason, because they want you to buy their course. That's right, they want you to buy their course. and they want to sell you access to their vibe coding website where you do the same thing that you're doing here, but you pay 10 times more for it. Some of you might want to do that, but trust me, it's not that complicated, to be honest. Like I told you, there are things like that can make this process more easy. I could make another video for like the next step or level 2 in the vibe coding path of yours, but that's the absolute starting point here. Anyways, take care, and if you want a continuation of this, like how you set up cursor, which is this thing, and then you have the same thing, but it's just inside some software. Like, I don't know what this is or what this is. Like, I understand nothing here. The only thing I do is just chat here in this little box here, you know. I just simply talk in writing, obviously, but you can actually put it in voice mode as well. You just ask it, how do I put this in voice mode? How do I do this and that? It just tells you, and then you just give it permission to do whatever it needs to do. There's actually a little hack I can tell you, which is when you open the terminal, you know, every day when you want to continue working on your project, you just type plot dangerously skip permissions. And this command here is gonna make your life more easier. It bypasses permissions and it just keeps on going, and you don't have to click yes, 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 yes for approving everything. That's the main point. But now I'm stepping into an area where you feel confused, so let me know in the comment if you got confused about anything. But before you do, try to ask Cloud Code in your terminal all the questions you have, and if he was able to answer those questions, let me know in the comments. Actually, I want to know if he figured it out or not. If he didn't, then just ask your questions freely in the comments and I'll answer them, and I will make another video for you if you want. I just want to stop this money craving bullshit that's happening here on YouTube regarding vibe coding, because once you learn to not be scared, that's the only thing you need to learn, to not be scared. Stop being scared of the terminal. There's nothing you need to learn except natural language, you know, just talking in writing, just like you talk with ChatGPT, right? It's the same thing, but it's just in a hacker looking chat box. That's it. Have a great day, guys. Like I told you, put any questions in the comments, really, and subscribe if you like this, like if you liked it, and dislike if you dislike. Take care.